So after a year and a half of waiting, a large portion of the public have gotten their first taste of Team Fortress 2 matchmaking. What is now called a stress test for about 2 hours in the evening on March 1st. Players were able to queue up for games of competitive matchmaking, rank up, and test the servers that this new game mode will run on. This was preceded by a few updates, one of which with much more than what first appeared. So today we are going to go over everything found in Team Fortress 2 matchmaking, including what a game of TF2 competitive is like. Starting on the evening of the 29th, a large content update launched for Team Fortress 2. Although it seemed minor at the time of release, after some digging, it was found that many matchmaking features were added or changed. The competitive menu added new ranks, along with medals for each. All the ranks being renamed and called Troublemaker, Small-Time Thug, Local Enforcer, Problem Solver, Hired Gun, Mercenary, Field Mercenary, Contract Killer, Master Persuader, Headhunter, Liquidator, Executioner, Kill Consultant, Raging Sociopath, Expert Assassin, Elite Exterminator, and Death Merchant. The background of the menus also changed based on what tier the player is, with the artwork having canon in-jokes, such as the Heavy having six-pack arms, and a reference to the cut Meet the Medic with the buddy who wouldn't die. Starting a competitive game with a party or by yourself sets the players in a queue to join a server, and once in, new UI features are found, such as the newly implemented announcer voice lines for winning and losing, and the final countdown before starting the match, which is heard with the new competitive intro screen. The announcer lines also call first blood and the winners at the end of the game, which players can be awarded medals based on performance in many aspects. Players are either awarded gold, silver, or bronze based on outstanding play in points, kills, support, damage, and healing. The medals are given out based on a community average kept over every match, and the rank of award is based on how much of an outlier the player is. The announcer also speaks based on the team's performance and has lines based on the quality of their performance. At the very end of the match, the winning team is seen on a platform in front of the losers. Winners can taunt and all members can draw on the screen using their mouse. However, the ink each player has is limited. A patch note has caused some confusion here, stating that many maps were changed to support competitive. This only regards the platform the winners stand on, as this area had to be placed in every competitive map to teleport the players on. All of these changes allow for competitive games to be conducted at any time moving forward, and future matchmaking updates will either add or fix what already exists. Competitive is now in a playable state, and this was further proven with the first matchmaking stress test being conducted on March 1st around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The test lasted only around 2 hours and was open to a set of members in the community matchmaking Steam group, with a majority of the players being Steam users with the mobile authenticator enabled, a fact that angered many players, especially following the recent announcement of stricter rules on non-authenticator users, with trades now being held for 15 days, and any users trying to sell an item on the market will have the item held for 15 days before allowing to be sold. The large push and stricter rules further proves that the mobile authenticator is now a necessary evil, and although many do not agree with the constant push, myself included, we will eventually have to accept it or stop using Steam altogether. For the players that have taken all the necessary security measures, the competitive stress test gave players important information on the game mode, starting with the fact that this game mode is in beta, and in many ways it shows. Teams were unbalanced at times, and out of the 5 games I had the chance to play, 3 were on European servers, resulting in near unplayable ping. Some features were unpolished, such as the ready-up noises using man versus machine responses, or the announcer voice lines being a lower quality than normal. Also, many of the games being played were Capture the Flag on Turbine or Double Cross. And although I do not see CTF as a serious competitive game mode, when playing with the right team, competitive CTF is substantially more fun than I expected. And although I would rather see CTF as a rare occurrence between frequent capture point or payload matches, it is surprisingly fun in the correct situation. Bugs and obvious lack of polish aside, I had the most fun in Team Fortress 2 playing competitive with some friends than I've had with the game in years. Matches are intense, and the thought of ranking up promotes teamwork more than anything else I've seen in the game. I find myself wanting to play more competitive, and I am honestly excited for whenever I can play again. Competitive beta passes still have yet to be handed pointed out, as the total number of passes has stayed at 60 since before these updates hit. However, after the stress test ended, large members of the TF community kept the ability to use the beta, which was later confirmed to be done on purpose by TF team member Jill, stating that players with community or self-made items have all been granted beta access. Keep in mind, this is far too few players to keep games going at all times, so it really means very little. According to Jill, Valve intends on remedying the small player base as soon as possible, meaning the beta passes should be given out. And Valve has more planned with competitive, as digging through the changes in these updates brings a few interesting strings. Most importantly, the line TF contract competitive show, confirming or at least adding validity to Twitter user and competitive TF2 player Matt Rod's tweet about competitive Team Fortress 2 contracts. Whether or not those actually will be specifically to competitive or will instead just allow contracts to be used in matchmaking, which at the current time they can, is unknown. However, it is safe to assume that they will have nothing to do with Tough Break if indeed they are specific to competitive, and a signal to a new campaign in the future. It could possibly hint towards the next campaign coinciding with competitive launching out of beta, which would put competitive's final release in mid to late summer. However, it could always be delayed, pushing it farther back to early December. Other strings referencing a player's ability to join clans in-game and to disable taunting in a competitive match, along with custom sounds now being allowed in SVPure's servers, which was later added as an official patch note in the second and smaller update that hit right before the stress test happened. Other features of note added include a new last hit sound, which plays a different sound if a hit lands a kill. Also, the Crusader's crossbow received a new shoot and new heal sound. Gift wrap has also returned, however, with many new limitations. You can now use giftapults again, however, they can no longer be crafted, so they will run out. And all players will have to now trade the wrapped item through Steam, subjecting the items to trade holds if needed. Also, you can now only wrap tradable items. Now, a feature that people actually like is the new civilian grade stat clock. After trading in 5 freelance or higher grade items, players will receive a stat clock, which can be applied to any civilian grade skin. Finally, along with updates to Manpower and Pastime, Payload Borneo, Capture Point Vanguard, and most importantly, Payload Snowy Coast were updated, fixing exploits and bugs, and overall balancing the maps. All welcome changes. But anyways, that was my overview, my explanation, and my review of everything that was seen within the past few updates in Team Fortress 2 and the recently conducted competitive matchmaking stress test. I cannot wait for future competitive information to come out or the ability to play again, as, once again, I have had the most fun playing competitive than I've had in anything regarding Team Fortress 2 over the last few years. Hopefully when they do distribute either beta passes or just access, whether or not they are still using beta passes, I hope I am included. I had a lot of fun, and I'm very excited for the future of Team Fortress 2. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike this video, feel free to hit the dislike button. If you have any ways that I can improve these videos at all, feel free to tell me in the comment section below, or you can email me. My email is always down in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Valve News Network. Have a good day. Adios.